Head for the Cure 5K events are not only successful fundraisers in the fight against brain cancer, but unique tributes for those currently fighting this terrible disease and remembering those who have lost their battles. Head for the Cure was started in honor of a man named Chris Anthony. Chris's motto was always keeping the faith. He lived it daily. He signed off every email with keeping the faith, and his faith enabled him to maintain his grace, dignity, courage, and strength throughout his illness. That's why every year we honor brain cancer patients and their loved ones with a special recognition we call Keeping the Faith. Each of their stories is personal and special, and all are inspiring. Michelle Morrissey, nominated by Patricia Thorson. I want to say how proud I am and how much respect I have for all fighting this terrible disease. I know how Michelle has fought. She fights every day, going to work, also trying to help people by teaching yoga. She has always been mindful of her family and friends and has never given up on them or her faith in God. As her grandma, I could never, ever be more proud of her. She is such a blessing to everyone, even those who don't know her. Also nominated by Doreen Morrissey. To the brain tumor survivors, even though we are from different backgrounds and have all sorts of different interests, there's one thing we have in common: brain tumors. The way each brain tumor patient handles every challenge inspires me. There is one survivor I know more than any other, my daughter. During this chaotic struggle to make sense of a new normal, she never once complained or asked, "Why me?" Every day, she makes me feel so proud of her persistence, courage, hope, and the ongoing quest for healing. She is optimistic and strong, telling me she will not be a statistic. Watching her go through all she has been through, a craniotomy, radiation, chemotherapy, and Optune. Her survivor journey began in February 2017, just before her 27th birthday. Her diagnosis, GBM4. The following quote could have been written especially for her. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. Khalil Gibran. I am so grateful that you are not only my daughter, but also my friend and my inspiration. Never forget that hope ends when you stop believing. Never stop believing. I love you. Thank you for your courage and for allowing us to honor you. New this year, the Legacy of Love nomination is easily defined by actions of integrity, encouragement, determination, and truly loving and serving others, especially those in need. The recipient of this must have a heart the size of Nebraska and a strong desire to encourage and help others. This deserving person must be a leader each day and also have the courage to smile in the midst of adversity. We'd like to share their stories now. Kim Eriksen, nominated by Paula Eriksen. Kim married my son Corey L. Eriksen on January 28, 2017, and they have one adorable son, Maddox. After being married only 4 months in May 2017, Corey was found to have a brain tumor, a glioblastoma. From this time forward, Kim demonstrated her selfless love for Corey. Kim was with Corey every day of his cancer journey, working full-time and taking care of their young son. Kim was proactive in research of clinical trials that might help. In November of 2019, a clinical trial was found for Corey at City of Hope in Los Angeles, California. Kim took Corey to California for 6 weeks of treatment, leaving behind their 4-year-old son with grandparents. Kim was also proactive in making sure that Corey got to do the things that they both loved. As a family, they enjoyed the golf course together, being with family and celebrating holidays. Corey loved his Kansas City Chiefs and Boston Red Sox. Kim arranged a trip to Boston to see Fenway Park and took Corey to NFL Kansas City Chiefs games until he was no longer able to travel. Towards the end of Corey's journey, Kim was able to stay home with him and work remotely. She cooked his favorite foods, took care of him when he could no longer walk or take care of himself. Her amazing courage, strength, and love for her husband and our son makes her worthy of a Legacy of Love award. Corey lost his battle with brain cancer March 3, 2020, almost 3 years after he was diagnosed at the young age of 35. Kim continues to support other caregivers and families dealing with this terrible disease. She has delegated the memorial money from Corey's funeral to help other families in the same situation, as well as a donation to the Buffett Cancer Center for continued brain tumor research. We miss him tremendously. Teresa Shakat, nominated by her big sis, Deb Wommeldorf. If I had one word to describe my sister, it would be that she is a fighter. As she became an adult, she took a job that allowed her to travel the U.S. During that time, she became a single mom. When her son, Casey, arrived, he was a month early and was only 4 pounds. He, too, was a fighter. Later on in his life, he became a single dad as well. Life was just beginning to have some normalcy. Teresa, now with a spouse and raising 2 young children, Casey, now 26 and having his life with a job he loved, being an awesome brother to his little sister and brother, and having his son in his life was good. Casey didn't pay much attention to the texts he would often misspell, the days he felt a little off balance, or the headaches. A visit to his doctor about a knee injury, a casual mention of the headaches, and a CT scan later would change their lives forever. I remember getting the call about Casey having a brain tumor and he was having surgery the next day. I was with them when the doctors explained his diagnosis, glioblastoma. I was there when Casey asked how long, and the doctors responded 14 months. She took Casey to every doctor's appointment, every treatment, and countless ER visits in the night when he didn't feel right. She celebrated every milestone he passed. She encouraged him when things got tough. She made sure that even though the cancer was eating away at his brain, that he had dignity. She traveled over 100 miles every weekend to get Casey's son, Eriksen, so he could know his son. When Casey's battle started to turn, she never gave up. By this time, she had taken a leave of absence from work so she could be his caregiver 100% of the time. She arranged hospice, turned her living room into his bedroom, and slept on the couch next to his bed for over 8 weeks because he would cry out at night and needed his mom to hold his hand. He passed peacefully, no more pain, no more suffering, but it was, I think, the beginning of suffering for Teresa. Instead of pulling away, Teresa went to every support group she could find. Almost 2 years has passed. She still grieves, yet she still feels the need to give to others. I was very proud when she announced that she wanted to go to nursing school. She completed the necessary courses and was accepted into Methodist School of Nursing. Her goal is to become a hospice nurse. She continues to help fight for a cure for brain cancer in her son's memory.